Hi everyone, my name is Tony Huang, the founder of TechExecs Network. Today is August 28th, 2013, here at the Houston TechExecs IT Management Networking Social at the City Center at the Mark. The event is just getting started, so let's go and grab a few people and find out a little bit more about them and what they do. With me is Jeffrey Roth. He is the CEO for Layer 2 Communications here in Houston, Texas. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you so much for being a chapter sponsor at TechExecs Houston and also Dallas.
Yes, sir.
So tell me a little bit more about Layer 2.
Well, Layer 2 was founded in January of 2007. We are a carrier that provides aggregated lease circuits, mainly in the Layer 2 and Layer 3 level of the OSI model.
What does that mean?
Basically, VPLS, MPLS, multi-mesh networks. And we also provide voice services on a broad soft-hosted seat solution.
What are some of the problems that you guys are solving for your customers?
Mainly the problem is aggregating multi-site locations under one billing environment, whereas a lot of clients may have multiple locations and they don't have the network connected and they have individual invoices from multiple carriers.
You and I talked a while back, and you said one of your unique traits is international side. Tell me a little bit about that.
A lot of companies, when they're based here, let's say in Houston or anywhere domestically, may have operations in Canada, Mexico, or back rim or Europe. The cultural difference between the U.S. IT managers or CIOs sometimes frightens them to have to deal with international carriers, and they just don't know how to find the right sources to bring the circuits into the network.
So you guys pull everything together for them?
Yes, that's part of the aggregation we provide. We can, one of our largest networks is 18 site locations from Australia to Germany to Tokyo, back to Chicago, back to Houston.
What's a sweet spot for Layer 2?
Mainly doing international VPLS networks and domestic international voice products.
Thank you, Jeffrey, for being a sponsor of TechExecs.
Thank you for having me.
I'm with me, John Turnbull, a good friend of mine for a long period of time. How are you, John?
I'm fine, thank you.
How's it going at Huntsman?
Well, at Huntsman, we just approved Jive for the entire corporation. Jive is a social media platform. It's already proven itself very well in the pilot to decrease the amount of mail you use internally, get problems solved quicker across disparate locations.
So what are you seeing the world transitioning to from knowledge management into social collaboration?
Well, social collaboration is at the forefront of knowledge management. So when two people are having a discussion, the results of that discussion becomes knowledge. And that can be captured, saved, and transcended either into a document or into a place for help that other people can start looking at and looking for answers to existing problems or to a repeating problem. So they've got a place they can go to that starts building up this knowledge within your corporation.
On the networking side of things, outside of the company, what do you think about social today?
This social, I think, is great because we're all being able to exchange ideas, learn what other companies are doing, get best practices, and I think this is a great platform.
Thanks so much for being here today, and hope you meet more people. With me is Stuart Plower. How are you, Stuart?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Very good. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, I'm a CIO of a fleet management company, basically owned by U.S. Bank, and we issue cards to drivers for their maintenance and fuel needs. I started out with EDS. I spent 15 years with EDS. I spent several years with KPMG Consulting, and then I got into the fleet business, where I spent many years as CIO of several big fleet management companies in the United States. Well, we have a large acquisition that we're bringing into the bank, migrating the application and the infrastructure into the bank. That's pretty challenging. And then we also have a fairly interesting initiative where we're going to Agile. We're in a waterfall methodology right now, very good for big projects, but we find ourselves bound up, so we're starting to adopt an Agile methodology where we can put things out quicker in smaller chunks.
So how many times have you been to TechExecs Social?
This is my second time, yeah.
What type? Tell me a little bit about your experience so far.
So far it's been wonderful. Meeting the people. I've been to several technical executive functions. This is the best group I've found so far. I like the people because they're friendly. I like the people that are very welcoming, and I've been able to network extensively here.
Thanks so much for being at our event today, and hopefully see more of you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
With me is Adrian O'Toole. He's new to TechExecs. How are you?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Thanks for coming to the TechExecs IT Management and CIOs Networking Social. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
A company called Nobel Learning Communities. We are a chain of private schools, privately owned, and we own 194 schools across the nation.
That's a lot of schools.
It is a lot of schools. Nobel is focused on integration of technology and 21st century learning. They are great on hiring the best staff that they can in order to empower the kids for 21st century learning and next generation tools. Well, some of the projects lately I've been engaging is we've been doing a one-to-one iPad integration, of course. That's very big, across all of the education fronts. The other thing that we're doing is Microsoft Connect. We are currently starting some kids on APIs and SDK writing so that the kids can actually themselves create Microsoft Connect applications for school purposes or functions like that. So that's one of the big projects that I'm working on currently.
Sounds really good. Let's bring technology back into the United States, right?
Absolutely. It's a great project to do, and that's one of the things I love about my job. I get to function across so many different projects, and it's amazing. Always busy, but that's a good thing.
Thanks so much for being here at the event.
Thank you so much.
With me is Brian Gender. He's with LSI, one of our sponsors at the TechExecs Houston. How are you, Brian?
Hey, I'm doing well, Tony. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much. Tell me a little bit about LSI.
So LSI, we're a full-service IT solution integrator. Some of our core competencies around virtualization, storage initiatives, desktop virtualization is a big thing for us right now. Just recently, we brought up a security and networking practice that's been doing really well. So,
how's the business going?
Business is great. Just year over year, we've doubled in size, or more than doubled in size. Employees, revenue. We've added 3 locations over the last year, so things have really been on the up and up. So it's really exciting to be a part of that. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for being a sponsor of TechExecs, and we look forward to more of you.
Sure. Thanks for having us.
With me is Adam Paz. He's our venue host here at the Mark at City Center here in Houston. How are you, Adam?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks so much for hosting the TechExecs Network here. Tell me a little bit about the Mark.
Okay, well, the Mark is a business social club. We've been open for over a year and a half now. Right now we have 200 members, and we're really kind of a special place to be for people who want to improve their corporate network but also have a business social club to come to. We have the area that we're in now is we have designated days that it is open to the general public, but for the most part, most of our 15,000 square foot facility is for members only.
Well, tell me a little bit more about the Mark. Like, just walk me through it virtually of this location.
Sure. Okay. So you have the front entrance, which you can walk into, and then once you approach the members area, after you've walked in a little bit into the facility, there's usually someone in the front sitting there. Usually it's myself or one of my other colleagues. And usually we want to see what the person's here for. If they're a guest visiting, or they have questions about the Mark, or they're meeting a member here. And then we will allow them access into the members room. Now, there's 3 entrances into the members area. In order to get into there, you need to have your face in our biometric facial recognition system. So it's very, very, very high tech. It's not something that's like a Google phone where if someone looks like you, they can get in there. It has to be your face scanned in there, or the doors will not open to allow you access into the room.
That's very high tech.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So tell me a little about the membership pricing.
Okay, so we have 3 membership levels. We have an individual one, we have a corporate one, and we have an international one. The individual one has an initiation fee of $5,000. It's one time, so it never comes again, and then it's just $200 a month. And that just pretty much pays to have the staff here, the facility open 6 days a week, things like that. And then we have the corporate membership, which saves you a little bit of money on the top of the initial investment, but also on the monthly. So it's $10,000 initiation fees, and it's $500 a month. But that gets you 3 people from your company access to the club.
Thank you so much for being a venue host. And how do they find you?
How do they find me? You can go to markhouston.com and you can inquire about memberships, or you can email me directly at adam@markhouston.com, which is the best way to go about contacting me and setting up a private tour.
Thanks so much, Adam.
Thank you very much.
Well, that was a fabulous event. Again, my name is Tony Huang, the founder of TechExecs Network, today at the Houston TechExecs IT Management and CIOs Social. If you're not able to make it to today's event, please join us at the next time.